Hi there, it's Debbie with the Pickin Coop Farmstead. I've been busy all morning long. We had about a 3-hour power outage and I was planning on canning today, and then I was going to do some planting videos, but without light that was kind of hard to do. So our power's back on. I've got my, as you can see right over there, I did 7 pints of heavy cream, and I get it in the half-gallon cartons at Costco. And I'm telling you what, if you haven't watched my video on to see how well that whips up, oh man, I was shocked. It whips up way faster after you water bath it than it does yeah, whatever. And I made butter and it whipped up really fast for the butter. So that's, yeah, go ahead and watch those. But today I want to I've got beets and I've got chamomile and I've got tomatoes. Those are going in now. Most all my peppers have come up. But first of all, I want to show you some really cool supplies. I have the soil out of my car. I haven't used the soil yet. I'm still using my black gold, but when that's done, I have a lovely bag of this other stuff I got from a grow store in Redding. So if you're in Redding, California or close to it, it's the old Orchard Supply there on Athens Avenue. It's called Grow Generation, and it is a grow store. It's a commercial, like a pot growing store and different things like that. But I wanted to show you how inexpensive their stuff is. I got these trays, and I wasn't gonna, the trays were not in my budget this year because these are usually run about $5 to $8, and if you get the good thick ones, these are pretty thick. I don't know if they're comparable to Bootstrap Farmers, but they're like the 10 by 20, the 10-20 trays. I like them with no holes because I use bottom watering. And these trays are less than $3. I think they're like $2.97 per tray. So I got 6 of those. And then I got 3 packages of these markers. I couldn't afford not to get them. I think these were, let's look. These are 5-inch labels. I don't know how many come in a packet, but they are about $4. I think they're $3.99 and you get a lot. So I got 3 of those, which is nice because I was down to using my yogurt containers, which there's nothing wrong with that. But yeah. So actually I got 4 of these. So yeah, I was super excited. And then I got, it's called Royal Gold Kings Mix. It's 3 cubic feet, which is larger than the black gold that I've been getting. And it's also organic. It was $19. And we had the best customer service. I kid you not. I have not had customer service. I need to save this because I want to make sure I go back there. And this guy that helped us, it was my sister and I, and she bought some various items too, but she had went in there looking for the black gold and they didn't have that. So they offered her this. And so that's what she'll be using. And it's a nice big bag. He carried it out to my car. He was very knowledgeable about every single thing we asked him. We asked him a lot of questions, and he couldn't have been any nicer. I don't know if his name is on this or not. Sean. His name is Sean. Super nice fella. So if you ever watch this, Sean, shout out to you. Good job. Okay, so I've got my painter's tape. I've got my marking things. I've got my number 2 pencil per fern. I've got my clicker, turn my thing off and on. And then we're just gonna go ahead and plant. So the first one, let me show you what I'm gonna plant. There's 3 different things of beets. There are the M.I. Gardner beets. These are a beet mix. And does it say on the back what the beet mix is. I don't see. This is what it looks like. It's a beet mix. And then from Redwood Seeds, I got the 3-root Grex beet. They're different colors. They're beautiful. I never get beets. I get greens, but I don't discourage from growing them. I'm going to try starting them indoors. I usually do it outdoors. Then I have the Shiraz beets, which are a big, beautiful, rich burgundy color. All right, so I'm going to plant those. Then I'm planting M.I. Gardner chamomile, Dr. Witchy's white cheese yellow. This is by Heirlooms Evermore. These are the folks that I met in Idaho last year. Same folks. Heirlooms Evermore is Aunt Ruby's green tomatoes. Make sure you put on your label that they are green tomatoes. It's kind of hard because you'll think, oh geez, those tomatoes aren't ripening up, and you just keep leaving them on the vine. So that little tidbit came from Jessica Sowers at Roots and Refuge. And so make sure you put on there that they are green so you can kind of feel them to see when they're starting to ripen up. The Oregon Spring, I've had excellent luck with these. These are heavy producers. I do can a lot of tomatoes and sauces. And this year, hopefully I get enough, and I would like to make my own ketchup. So those are going in. These are new to me this year, M.I. Gardner, and they are black from Tula tomatoes. These are beautiful. So I think these have a lot of those anthocyanins or whatever they're called that are super good for you. And the Ford Hook Brad's Atomic Grape tomatoes. I planted these last year and they came up, but I killed them somehow. Who knows what I did. So I'm going to try them again this year. They're supposed to be really good and they're beautiful. Then the other bigger tomatoes I'm planting are the Mortgage Lifter. These guys are, oh, I hope I have some seeds in here. Oh, I don't have very many. My goal this year is to save seeds from tomatoes. I have not done that yet. So that's kind of scary because I definitely need these. I love these tomatoes. And last but not least, I have some brand new ones. I wanted some little yellow kind of a pear tomato. They're like little in the cherry tomato family. And these are called Moonbeam tomatoes. They're supposed to be really sweet. What does it say? They're indeterminate. So that means they get big. Yellow grape tomato is one of the only few heirloom varieties. The reason it is so rare is that the shape is a recessive gene that is often bred out for a round shape. It's very sweet and very low acid. So you have to remember that if you're canning these, it's low acid. So you might have to add some lemon juice to that. Okay, so those are the things we're going to plant today. I have my soil. I filled up my bucket. This is still the black gold. I love black gold because first of all, it's organic. Second of all, I've had excellent luck with it. There's very, very little sticks. When you're starting seeds, if you find little sticks or pieces of bark in there, you want to take it out because that'll inhibit your seeds from popping up. I moistened it really well. And then we're just going to go ahead and start planting. So on the beets, I haven't really thought about this too well. I follow an awesome gentleman in the UK, and he groups his beets 3 to a grouping. And Charles Dowding is his name, by the way. And I don't know about putting them in cups like this. I might just put 4 in the 1 cup. I'm not really sure. I'm going to try it though. All right, so let's just use the end of our pencil. Actually, I'm going to use this. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Maybe I'll plant 6. So So let's just go for it, man. We're going for it. Oops, I accidentally got an extra. Cover these guys up. And don't forget, I don't want to plant a whole bunch of them because if it doesn't work out, then I will have seeds left over. All right, so we're gonna put our tape on our package. You want to see what the world I'm doing probably, huh? That is helpful. All right, so we're putting this tape back on. And we're gonna write down, you'll have to excuse me, I do much better in the morning when I make videos, and right now, yeah, I'm not doing so well the afternoon. Okay, so here's our new markers. We got our number 2 pencil, and we're gonna put Shiraz. Oh, my pencil just broke. Of course, when you're filming, I got my trusty little, I need a new pencil sharpener. This thing is out where it's welcome. Probably be better off using a pocket knife. There we go. Just want to write down what I'm planting here. Okay. Let's try this again. Shiraz. Beets. Okay. That takes care of that one. And I have got a tray sitting over here, one of my new ones, waiting for my little seedlings. Okay, so we planted those, and remember I put them off to the side because I want to add these to my gardening journal. All right, next, the way I'm going, I think I'm going to mark my tags first. These are called 3-root Grex. 3-root Grex, G-R-E-X, beet. I'll put that down here. And if you screw up, you can erase it. Isn't that wonderful? Okay, so I'm gonna put this in my little dude right here. And I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we'll see how these turn out. Worst case scenario, I'll have beet greens to put in my Vitamix. All right, so you get the idea. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna finish planting all this other stuff. You don't wanna watch me do all of that. I've just been doing, tomorrow I'm gonna do some more dehydrated potatoes. I've got some potatoes I need to use up. They're the Yukon Gold, which we love. I get the big bags at Costco, and I'm gonna try those. I'm gonna try doing them a little thicker than I did the first batch. They were more like potato chips, which is fine. I want these thicker though, so I'm going to try my other little vintage slicer that you put on the countertop and turn it this way. It's like the one Ruth Ann Zimmerman has. And we'll pop them in the oven just like the others, and then I'm going to put them in my new dehydrator, which I'm pretty excited about. That thing is wonderful. The only thing that didn't work that I tried was, there we go, seal the back. The only thing that didn't work was pat these in. Oops, here's a little piece of bark. Get out of there. That goes in my new tray. Sorry, doing all kinds of stuff at the same time. Oh, here's my other beets. I thought I had 3. is my cranberries. They took forever, and I mean, we're talking a long time. So the chickens got those. Those are something that doesn't dehydrate very well. I even turned it up as high as it would go, and it just, some of them, I don't know if they're too thick-skinned or what the deal was, but they did not dehydrate them. Maybe there's a trick to it. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and plant my beet mix. I don't know if it says what kinds. Oh, here we go. They're Chioggia, Cylindra, Detroit Dark Red, Bull's Blood, and Ruby Queen. So you never know what you're gonna get in here. All right, folks, I'm gonna finish this up and we'll be back. The one thing I forgot to tell you that I'm planning, it's an experiment. I did it last time, but then I knocked over the dang cup that I planted them in. But this is in the Latin section of the grocery store, and it's anise or anise seeds. Can you see that? There we go. And it's sold as a spice, but they're all seeds, and they're super small, kind of like the size of a tomato. And you put them in like spaghetti. They smell kind of licoricey, but let me show you. I'm gonna try growing them. If I can get some free plants out of this, I'll be happy. So I'm just kind of sowing them liberally in here. And they're pretty small, so you just barely cover them with soil. And we're gonna see how it works out. I'm kind of excited to see if it works. Now I've saved my dill seeds and grew my dill this way, so I don't see why this wouldn't work. If it doesn't, oh well, it doesn't. Okay, so the next thing you're gonna do is, let me move this out of the way. And you're gonna spray these guys really well. Let me move this out of the way. And I have my handy dandy little pump sprayer. And the guy from the grocery store told me, when you have these pump sprayers, let me show you this. I think you know what I'm talking about. This guy right here. And it works on pressure, and you pump this up. And then you can spray, and it's so much easier than using that spray bottle, especially if you're doing multiple seedlings at once. But when you're not using it, let the air out. This little thing allows you to let the air out. And of course, before you use it, you've got to, that saves on your little O-rings that gets this a tight fit. So, here we go. Let's just spray these guys good. Your little fingers and palms get sore. The last 3 years or however long I've been doing this, my little spray bottle, and you have to keep filling it and filling it and filling it. It's like a huge pain in the rear. So you're just spraying these guys really good. You don't want the soil to dry out. Talked about this before. Your little seeds only have so much energy to get to the surface and break through the surface of the soil. So you don't want to let this dry out. And if it does dry out, sometimes you can get what's called, I think it's called hypertrophy or something like that, and it just gets really crusty, and it doesn't matter how much you saturate it, it just won't absorb the water. So that's really important. Okay, and then I'm going to undo this. You can hear that. There you go. All right, so that's how I store this. I usually water them. I've been watering them 2 to 3 times a day here in my kitchen because it's pretty warm. And you've got the lights, they're under the lights. It keeps the seedlings warm, which is a good thing. I don't even think I need grow mats. I had my fan on. I showed you I used that box fan. I had that on, and it was even on the low setting, it was drying my soil out really bad. So I left it off for a couple of days and it made it really cool also. And my peppers weren't germinating, so like a day or two after I turned the fan off and left it off, my peppers started germinating because of course they like it hot. So yeah, that's all there is to that. So we got that section done, and our next planting date is March 12th. And then we'll just keep going down the line here. And I think that's is that a rock or a beet seed? I don't know. I'm gonna put it in with the Shiraz beets, bury it. I'm not sure. I think it's a little like perlite. All right, so I'm gonna add to my seedling tray, but I'm not gonna do it until I set it on my shelf under my grow lights there. I'm going to add water to that, because I bought them water. You don't want these to run out of water, so you're just gonna put, I try to keep about 1/4 inch of water in there, and then I'm gonna go write all these things down in my journal, garden journal, and then the seeds that are getting low or empty, like my mortgage lifters, which I'm really sad, I need to put those on my radar to buy more, just in case something happens, they don't germinate, and I can't save seeds, or who knows what's, you know, you never know what's going to happen. All right, that's all I have for you today. I hope the sun is shining where you are. It's kind of half and half here. It's overcast, and the sun comes out. It doesn't know what it wants to do. All right. Oh, and great big news. We hit 400 viewers. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much, you guys. You guys are amazing. Who knew 400 people would want to watch my stuff? So hopefully you guys learned something. If you know something that I'm not covering in what I covered today, please put it in the comments. All right, you guys have a great day. God bless, and thanks again, each and one of you. It means so much. It's gonna make me cry. I can't believe it hasn't been a year yet. Next month will be a year. So we're at the 400 mark. So thank you guys so much. All right, I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye. Well, maybe